Royal Beast plus Upgrade plus Advanced plus Divine Beast Bloodline plus Xuanwu plus Invincible. In my past life, 996, in this life, I chose to lie flat. Practice. What doesn't exist, it all depends on the beasts themselves to fly. No awakening talent. A golden fruit tree that recognizes the sea. Energy fruit, level up, speed up to SSS level. Skill fruit, rubbing skill, your skill is mine now. Enhancement fruit, skill level, directly full. You are a fire attribute talent. I'm sorry, you're just playing targeting. Fire resistance is full. If you eat below the divine level, you will undoubtedly die. Chapter 1. You rolling kings, I won't accompany you anymore. You are listening at novelfull.audio. P.S. The new book has a low rating, please give it a good review. Classmates, come and collect your homework for the weekend. A book titled Common Knowledge of Beasts, a book titled Habits of Cats, a book titled History of Beasts. The boy wearing golden glasses introduced himself in an orderly manner. By the way, and this book, Postpartum Care Questions for Canine Animals, was specifically applied for by me, it's not available in any other class. With the introduction of the boy, the student's face below gradually changed. Isn't it a face as pale as ashes, but rather an increasingly excited one? Okay, that's great. Long live class monitor, I love doing exercises the most. I, who have not awakened my talent for beast defense, can only become stronger by doing exercises. Damn it. The word in the corner was drowned in the cheers of the class. I saw Lin Chuan sitting in the corner, bored as he turned his pen in his hand. 5 days, a whole 5 days. Who knows how he spent these 5 days? The time it took to travel was around 3 a.m. on Monday morning. Before he could figure out the situation, he was called down from the dormitory for morning exercises. Then start morning self-study at 4 o'clock and continue classes until 8 o'clock in the evening, plus 2 hours of evening self-study. Such intensity made Lin Chuan, who claimed to be the king of the liver in his previous life, willingly succumb to it. Even in his previous company, Lin Chuan only worked overtime 3 or 4 days a week until 3 o'clock in the morning, based on the 996 standard. So he hung up. On a thunderous early morning, Lin Chuan, who was still typing code at his workstation, felt a pain in his heart, darkness in front of him, and a kick in his feet before his death. He deeply regretted. Damn it, I haven't had a chance to fully appreciate the 30T learning materials on my hard drive yet. No, it's about studying hard. I don't know which good brother will be cheaper, as long as he can crack my 128-bit loop-nested blockchain password. The most important thing is that in the next life, you will never be the king of scrolls. Nowadays, in this world, the geographical division of the continent is quite similar to that of Lin Chuan's original Blue Star world, with 2 main continents in the east and west, and scattered islands around. However, the area of this planet is much larger than that of a blue star, with a difference of more than 100 times. Hundreds of years ago, almost all places experienced monster disasters. The original civilization order was shattered, and humanity, based on the principle of joining if it cannot be defeated, has also explored a set of self-rescue methods. That is to sign a contract with a young monster or monster egg, and the beast's combat power is much higher than that of wild monsters of the same level through the bonus of the beast master's talent. Nevertheless, facing the invasion of massive monsters, humans have faced countless crises of genocide. In recent decades, it has gradually stabilized. The former countries no longer exist, just survivor cities. Taking the original land of Xia as an example, there were only 4 large circular cities, named after the 4 divine beasts Qinglong, Baihu, Zhuke, and Xuanwu, distributed in 4 directions of this land. Between the surrounding cities, network communication is cut off, and only the strongest can occasionally communicate. Each ring city is equivalent to a country operating independently, with high walls guarding the periphery, and outside the walls is a paradise for monsters and monsters. As for the world on the western side, due to the dangerous waters and space shielding, there has been no news for hundreds of years. There's only one set of homework left, who else hasn't received it? Lin Chuan, is that you? The voice of class monitor Wang Long interrupted Lin Chuan's thoughts. Lin Chuan glanced at Wang Long, too lazy to pay attention to him. He doesn't want to attend this school for a whole day. Staying here for a few days is just to adapt to a new world. This school is actually just a vocational and technical college. Yes, this is a technical school. Who would have thought that a school that has reached this level would not even have a normal diploma after graduation? There is only one professional qualification certificate, such as the Veterinary Chef Certificate, Veterinary Conservation Certificate, Veterinary Scraper Official Certificate. Wang Long's father was a senior defecating official, but he served as a golden-level beast tamer. Therefore, among ordinary people who have not awakened their talent for beast defense, they can also be considered to be doing relatively well. For this reason, Wang Long boasted every day about how his father was doing in front of a golden-level beast tamer, and how powerful and majestic the commanding golden horned mammoth was the day before yesterday. Lin Chuan couldn't help roast, the mammoth's poop must be very sweet. At that time, Wang Long's face was as if he had been constipated for more than 10 days, probably because he had a grudge. He always tries to find trouble for Lin Chuan, but Lin Chuan is too lazy to bother him. 1 week is enough time for Lin Chuan to digest the remaining memories in this body. However, as an ordinary student nowadays, Lin Chuan would not have any strong people idle and bored to pay attention to him. Speaking of Lin Chuan in this world, it is also a tragic comparison. Both parents died, leaving only an old house in the outer ordinary civilian area. Due to the lack of awakened beast defense talent, I can only attend this Oriental technical school, at least to learn a skill. At 3 a.m., the liver exploded and he died. If it weren't for several, beastier mother cultivation illustrated books under the pillow still emitting residual heat, Lin Chuan would have thought that this guy really died suddenly from learning. In a sense, it is indeed learning. Lin Chuan. Wang Long walked over angrily when he saw that Lin Chuan didn't bird him. What are you barking at in a dog? Lin Chuan stood up straight, half a head taller than Wang Long. You. Seeing Lin Chuan looking like he was about to take action, Wang Long suddenly wilted. Usually, it's just a matter of using force to dominate others. If we really want to take it seriously, Wang Long won't have much advantage. Your homework. Hee hee. Lin Chuan chuckled lightly and didn't mind. Homework, leave it for you to do, I won't accompany you anymore. After speaking, Lin Chuan walked straight out. What do you mean? Just tell the teacher, I'm going to drop out of school. Forget it, it doesn't matter if you don't say anything. It's okay if my brother doesn't come. Why? Wang Long is a bit panicked and doesn't want to take responsibility for forcing away his classmates. Lin Chuan is thinking of making up a reason. Lin Chuan, if you don't have a professional qualification certificate, you will be forced to serve in the military at the age of 18. You've figured it out. Wang Long was a kind reminder. Is there really such a regulation? Lin Chuan silently recalled. This regulation was indeed overlooked by Lin Chuan. He originally planned to go home first, but no matter what, it would be much better than staying at some technical school here. He would be the one who loves to be the Imperial Beast and Scraper Officer. If I become a beast tamer, I don't have to mandatory military service, do I? Beast Master. You really don't need to. Wait, have you awakened your Beast Master talent? Wang Long looked incredulous, and his classmates around him also looked sideways. Not yet. Lin Chuan answered honestly. Cut. X20 99% of beast tamers awaken before the age of 16, and the older they get, the harder it becomes to awaken, and the more useless their awakening talents become. The awakening after the age of 18 is unheard of, and Lin Chuan will turn 18 in just 2 months. Now that I haven't awakened, it almost means that I have no chance with the Beast Master in this lifetime. I plan to try again, what if it's successful? Lin Chuan didn't say much and walked out of the classroom directly. Wang Long no longer advised, since Lin Chuan gave an excuse, he had no responsibility anymore. As for Lin Chuan's ability to awaken and become an overage beast tamer within 2 months, he has 10,000 doubts. Chapter 2. Golden Tree, Haunted. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In 2 months, become a beast tamer, otherwise if you're really dragged to the battlefield, you'll end up with barbecue. I have finally come to relive my life. I am here to enjoy life. If I don't want to become the King of Scrolls, do I have to go to the battlefield? Grass. Lin Chuan muttered as he walked out of the school gate. This military service is not about ordinary people fighting against monsters, it's basically just logistical work. Speaking of danger, there is definitely no frontline battlefield danger. Speaking of no danger, once a defense is lost, as an ordinary person, it can only serve as food for monsters. As for the beast tamer, Lin Chuan was not particularly cold at first. It's nothing more than hard work to earn resources, cultivate beasts, then go to more dangerous places to earn resources, cultivate beasts, and ultimately die on the road to earning resources. Why bother coming? The previous life was not enough to lead to sudden death, is this life continuing to be affected? Ma Dan, in this world of grass eggs, it's a dead-end game. Roast belongs to roast, and Lin Chuan must choose between the excrement shovel officer, cannon fodder, and the beast master. After all, in this world, the beast master holds the strongest force, the most resources, and the highest status. Ordinary people, in the face of animal disasters, are just ants. Thinking of this, Lin Chuan increasingly felt that he had to be the beast tamer. Even if you keep living in a small place to enjoy life, it's 10,000 times stronger than ordinary people. Moreover, there is a real beast ear mother in this world. Pooh. This cliff is a remnant of its predecessor. He is a tough and resolute man, how could he be tempted by beast ear mother? As for how to become a beast tamer, Lin Chuan has some confidence in his heart, after all, he has golden fingers. System. No response. Big brother. No response. Just like in the past 5 days, he has tried countless calls, but the other party has not responded. Grass, just finished pretending and slapped me so quickly. Sobby. With a thought, Lin Chuan suddenly felt uneasy. I saw the sea shining with golden light and thunder flashing. A piercing pain came, and Lin Chuan knew that the other party was angry. Fortunately, the pain came and went quickly, and soon Lin Chuan recovered as usual. The passers-by only felt that this person had rolled his eyes and twitched a few times out of thin air, as if he was sick, and quickly walked around him. Lin Chuan no longer tries recklessly, let's go home first. Xuanwu City is the ring city where Lin Chuan is located, with a total area much larger than that of previous countries. It is divided into 81 different zones. The innermost area, areas 1.9, is the inner city area where the big shots are located. The 10th to 27th districts in the middle are represented by some senior animal trainers in the central urban area. The outermost zone, 28.81, is the outer city area where most ordinary people and low-level animal trainers are located. Like a cake divided into 9 parts, one inner district governs 2 central districts, and each central district governs 3 outer districts. Of course, in addition to having jurisdiction, if there is a sudden danger, high-level animal guards in the central urban area also have an obligation to solve it as soon as possible. 81 District, Building 69, Pinyin Road. Lin Chuan followed his memory and came to his home in this world. The outer city district, Area 81, is already the outer layer within the outer layer. Further outside, there is the demon beast world outside the high wall. Here, although they are all modern buildings, they are similar to the slums of previous lives. The number of animal guards settling here is much lower than in other areas, and most of them are mobile personnel. Many animal tamers born here will move out early if given the opportunity. After all, this place is too close to the high wall, in case although only sporadic monster waves have rushed in for decades, every time the outer city areas such as 81, 80, 79, etc. have suffered heavy losses. Hell's joke, the houses in District 81 are even newer than those in the inner city. Upon returning home, Lin Chuan first opened the window to let out the scent, then lay in bed and began to communicate with Golden Fingers again. Although I was just electrified, at least there was a response, which is much better than not responding at all. Whether one can become a beast tamer, become a beast-eared mother, and reach the pinnacle of life depends entirely on it. I saw a 3 or 4 story golden tree swaying in the sea. Every time I see it, I feel incredibly shocked. How could this thing settle in my own sea of knowledge? The light purple light flickered on the tree trunk, and the golden leaves moved freely without wind, as if knowing that Lin Chuan was exploring it. At the end of countless branches, there are still crystal clear small fruits hanging. How should I use it? Do you have an instruction manual? Thinking about it, Lin Chuan felt a wave of drowsiness. Before falling asleep, he vaguely felt as if he had forgotten something. Dong! Dong dong! Half asleep and half awake, Lin Chuan felt as if there was some movement inside the room. Dong! Dong! Mouse! Pop 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 pop! Lin Chuan impatiently patted the bedboard, intending to scare away the mice. Dong dong dong! Dong dong dong! Unexpectedly, the sound became even more intense, as if someone was constantly banging their heads against the door. Damn it, isn't it haunted? Now, Lin Chuan was horrified. Wake up carefully and turn on the lights. Dong dong dong! The sound was right outside the door, and Lin Chuan felt the door shaking. Something is indeed knocking on my door. The door is locked, who can unknowingly enter? The door is actually not locked, but it is knocking outside. Isn't this purely a serious illness? Thinking of this, Lin Chuan was no longer afraid. He wants to see what's going on. Lin Chuan carefully opened the door and glanced at himself. I didn't find anything. Nothing forcibly broke in either. As if as I opened the door, that thing left. So Lin Chuan opened the door directly and planned to go to the living room to turn on the lights and see what was really there. At this moment, Lin Chuan felt like he had stepped on something and stumbled, almost falling. Sleeping trough. Where are the demons? Lin Chuan quickly turned on the lights and turned his head to take a look. Wipe, where did this thing come from? I saw a black-backed turtle the size of a sea bowl, flapping wildly on all fours. Green bean-like eyes occasionally glanced at Lin Chuan, their eyes filled with an unknown meaning. Damn it, how do I feel like I'm being looked down upon by turtles? Lin Chuan finally remembered that he seemed to have indeed raised a turtle. No, it's the original Lin Chuan. To be precise, it was passed down from Lin Chuan's grandfather's grandfather. Anyway, Lin Chuan can't remember how many years this turtle has been at home. The saying goes, one turtle is passed down for 3 generations, and when people walk, the turtle is still there. This black-backed turtle has been staying at the Lin Chuan family for at least 5 or 6 generations. And Lin Chuan's fixed task at home every week is to feed the turtles. The original Lin Chuan seems to have stayed up all night and gone online since last week. Damn it, this turtle hasn't eaten anything for at least a week. However, it seems like there's nothing wrong with it. The sound of knocking on the door with your head is still so loud, at least it can last for many days. Good thing, whether it's in soup or braised, tsk. Lin Chuan looked at the pitiful thumping of the black-backed turtle, tears unconsciously flowing from the corner of his mouth, and quickly walked towards the black-backed turtle. The black-backed turtle seemed to feel Lin Chuan's ill intentions, and its thumping became even stronger, but it could not turn over on its own. Chapter 3. Xuanwu Bloodline. Advanced. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. As Lin Chuan approached, the black-backed turtle retreated directly into its shell and lay flat dead. Lin Chuan pinched a corner of the back of the turtle and gently flipped it over. Detected Divine Beast+Xuanwu bloodline, is it a contract? What? Xuanwu bloodline. So simple. Is it really fake? Lin Chuan was pleasantly surprised, but also hesitated a bit. On the one hand, it can become a beast tamer. On the other hand, this black-backed turtle seems a bit weak, just an ordinary turtle. You are too weak to awaken, you extraordinary monster cannot contract. Lin Chuan suddenly remembered that he seemed to have not even awakened his talent for beast control, so he could directly contract. Sure enough, the golden finger is the golden finger. Extraordinary, although somewhat despised. That's good, there's no extra cost. Generally speaking, even after awakening, a properly contracted beast is still a significant expense, with slightly better beast eggs typically costing tens of thousands. If there is no beast tamer to guide the way in the family, ordinary people really can't afford to play. Then let's make a contract. At least, become a beast tamer first before we talk about anything else. As Lin Chuan's words fell, a golden light enveloped Lin Chuan and the black-backed turtle. After a moment, the golden light disappeared. Contract successful. At this moment, the black-backed turtle could no longer shrink its head and stared blankly at Lin Chuan. It seems that the turtle's expression and intelligence have become more enriched. With the success of the contract, Lin Chuan also officially entered the gate of the Beast Master. Lord. Lin Chuan level. Black Iron 1-star talent. Unawakened Royal Beast. Black-backed turtle, normal, skill. None potential. Unknown strength assessment. Save some food, enough to eat 2 meals. This is an attribute panel that can only be seen by the Beast Master himself, and the level can be detected by the instrument. As for talent, no one else can know except myself, and the instrument can only detect a rough idea. For example, the C.level fire attribute talent Flame Affinity increases the resistance and growth speed of the fire attribute of the beast, and the C.level talent Flame Enhancement enhances the attack of the fire attribute of the beast. These two types, the instrument can only detect C.level fire attributes, but cannot know which one is specific, only the Beast Master himself knows. Lin Chuan glanced at his lonely panel and immediately closed it, he didn't even notice. I feel like there is an invisible bond between myself and the black-backed turtle, as if I can receive it into the sea awareness space. Lin Chuan turned his head and the black-backed turtle disappeared without a trace. He appeared under the tree in识海with a bewildered expression. If the black-backed turtle can speak, it will definitely curse its mother directly. I'm just an ordinary turtle. Why bother like this? Why don't you just stab me directly? Really, Lao Hei. Would you rather die than become a beast? Lao Hei is the name that Lin Chuan came up with temporarily. After all, the black-backed turtle is at least over 100 years old, so calling it Little Black is not appropriate. What? The black-backed turtle didn't expect its thoughts to be known by Lin Chuan, it was even more terrifying. I feel like this is different from the beast control space mentioned online. Lin Chuan murmured. Online, it is said that the beast space is like a black hole that cannot be reached by divine consciousness, only knowing that it can provide rest and accelerate the growth of the beast. This one of mine is obviously not. However, anyway, I am not a serious beast tamer, and I directly contracted without even awakening my talent. Thinking of this, Lin Chuan decided not to think about it. After all, his contract was successful, and who could say he was not a beast tamer? However, for an ordinary level imperial beast, this can also be considered a record-breaking, the record for the weakest imperial beast. Normally, ordinary beasts that do not enter the realm of extraordinary beings, like unawakened humans, cannot even perceive contracts. How can they become contract beasts? It can only be said that Lin Chuan and the black-backed turtle are a strange combination. Speaking of which, even the weakest beast tamer is a beast tamer who can enjoy the benefits and subsidies of a beast tamer. At least, it's not something that the Imperial Beast and Scraper officer can compare to. Thinking about the subsidy from the Beast Master, Lin Chuan directly withdrew from the Sea Consciousness space and plans to check it on the official website first. If one could rely on the identity of a beast tamer to survive and die, it would be a pleasure. It's impossible for him to go outside the city, level up monsters, and seize resources from the Corpse Mountain and Blood Sea. In this life, his only goal is to lie flat and enjoy life. Well, did you forget something again? Forget it, let's take a look at the benefits first. At this moment, under the golden tree of the sea space, the black-backed turtle stared with an unattainable gaze. I'm going to eat. Hey. Turtle, hungry. In the sea space, every second is very long. Suddenly, the black-backed turtle faintly smelled a fragrance. The fragrance penetrated deep into the bone marrow, as if it was about to take away its soul. Looking up, there was a green-colored fruit in the middle of the crystal-clear and transparent fruit, which was particularly eye-catching. It had a jade luster, just like jade. The black-backed turtle stared straight at the green fruit, its mind filled with, I want to eat. I want to eat. If you want to order your own takeout, don't bother me. Externally, Lin Chuan searched for information, took a shower, ordered takeout, and finally spent 2 hours watching dramas before falling asleep. Murmured a dream sentence, and Lin Chuan continued to sleep. In the sea space, it seemed as if Lin Chuan had agreed, and the branches with green fruits slowly drooped before the black-backed turtle. The black-backed turtle swallowed it without hesitation. Then, as if being hit hard, he closed his eyes, kicked his legs, and fell into a deep sleep. The next noon, Lin Chuan slowly woke up from his sleep. After 5 days of hellish life at school, he didn't rest well and finally slept well. Simply wash up and then take out your phone to order takeout. Wait, it seems that Lao Hei also needs to eat. Damn it, I forgot about it. Yesterday, immersed in the excitement of becoming a beast tamer, this guy directly forgot Old Black in his consciousness space. At this moment, I just remembered. Old Black, come out for dinner. With a loud bang, Lao Hei fell directly onto the floor and the tiles cracked. Sorry, Lao Hei, he's not proficient yet. Just try a few more times. Lin Chuan rubbed his head and smiled awkwardly. However, the black-backed turtle still closed its eyes tightly and remained motionless. Damn it, Lao Hei, you won't hang up, will you? I only became the Beast Master, don't scare me. Speaking, he reached out and touched Old Black's head. Cool, icy cold. Done. There's really no need to order takeout now. We can have lunch and make do with it at night. Lin Chuan couldn't figure it out, how could it be so good? Suddenly, it cracked. Is it difficult? Are you really starving to death? However, doesn't it mean that the beast tamer will suffer soul damage when the beast tamer dies? I don't seem to feel much about it. Can you say that? Thinking this way, Lin Chuan stared and explored Old Black's attribute panel. Royal Beast. Black-backed turtle, normal extraordinary 1-star, advanced, skill. Hardened armor LV1, active, increases physical defense by 20% when activated, lasting for 10 minutes, potential. Unknown strength evaluation. More chewy. Damn it, this panel, why do you have the strength to evaluate this kind of thing, specifically to anger me, right? Chapter 4. The Fruit of Bull Breaking. Skill Rubbing. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Chuan's inability to roast did not prevent his mouth from smiling. Hee, overnight, Lao Hei evolved on his own, it's great. Although, that skill doesn't seem very useful. But after all, being extraordinary is extraordinary. At least, Lao Hei's combat power should be stronger than Lin Chuan's. An extraordinary star can be considered as the official entry threshold for monsters, and it is no longer an ordinary turtle. As soon as the turtle's shell shrank, Lin Chuan's strength, which was close to an adult, probably couldn't break through the defense. Going further up, there are elites, commanders, monarchs, kings, gods, etc. Each level is further divided into 9 stars. The corresponding items for the Beast Master are Silver, Gold, Diamond, King, and Divine. King level and Divine level are already considered beyond the limitations of their own species, so their levels are universal. However, why did Old Black suddenly advance? After much thought, the only reason is my own golden finger. The key is that I haven't figured out how to use it yet. Is it fully automatic and doesn't need to be moved by oneself? With countless thoughts, Lin Chuan once again entered the sea of knowledge and decided to explore it thoroughly. Well, what is this? It seems different from before. There is no need for Lin Chuan to explore, as there are obvious differences on the golden tree at a glance. I saw several fruits of different colors hanging prominently at the end of the branch. As Lin Chuan explored, their attributes and functions also directly appeared in his mind. Green energy fruit. Under normal circumstances, it can bear 1 fruit per day. Absorbing energy can accelerate maturation. Edible by beasts, can be used for cultivation or to replenish consumption. Yellow, fortified fruit. Under normal circumstances, it can bear 1 fruit per day. Provide monster flesh and blood to accelerate maturation. Edible by beasts, can be used to improve skill levels. Red skill fruit. Under normal circumstances, it can bear 1 fruit per day. Provide monster crystal cores to accelerate maturation. The ability to print can be applied to any beast touched by the beast or its owner. Eating the fruit after rubbing can lead to learning corresponding skills. Purple advanced fruit. Maturity requires absorbing combat experience. Eating by imperial beasts can advance extraordinary and above imperial beasts. Black death fruit. Maturity requires absorption of the breath of death. It has a deadly attraction to living organisms, and after consumption, it will die below the divine level. Seeing the final fruit of death really surprised Lin Chuan. Those below the divine level will surely die, even if they are at the peak of the 9-star king level and eat a fruit, they will undoubtedly die. You should know that the king level is extremely rare, and the strongest beast of the highest guardian in the 9th district of the inner city is said to be at most 5 or 6 stars of the king level. As for the divine level, it's just a legend. Lin Chuan knew that this thing could never be leaked, even a single piece of information could not be revealed. Otherwise, I will definitely not have any good fruit to eat. Of course, such strategic weapons must be obtained by oneself and prepared for any potential risks. If one day he is targeted by the king level, I will give him a hard time. Thinking of this, Lin Chuan's eyes flashed with a hint of urgency. It seems to be getting more and more interesting. The last 3 fruits are only in their budding state, with a slight hint of color inside. However, the energy fruit and skill fruit have already matured. Just wait until Lao Hei has advanced and you can eat it directly. Nyo ba, Lao Hei, I don't need to put in any effort, master. I will learn to use the golden finger myself. Of course, the more impressive thing is still the golden fingers. No, they should be called golden thighs. Next, just let Old Black eat his own fruit and improve his strength. Then, let Lao Hei go out to work and earn money on his own, and I will be responsible for lying flat. Thinking of this, Lin Chuan couldn't help but let out a strange laugh of jia jia jia. Old Black, who was advancing, suddenly couldn't help but shiver. Perhaps it's just frozen, after all, turtles are also cold-blooded animals. After having lunch and organizing the information in his mind, Lin Chuan decided to go out and explore first. Most of the previous understanding of the world was based on the perspective of an ordinary person. Either it's some professional knowledge of serving the Beast Master in the Oriental Technical Vocational School, or it's Beast Ear Girl. I really don't know much about the profession of Beast Master itself. There is also some general knowledge online, and there is not much practical value. Moreover, Lin Chuan is not a serious beast tamer, and those general knowledge may not be useful. Unconsciously, Lin Chuan walked into a royal beast shop. As soon as Lin Chuan entered the store, he felt a breath that was different from the outside, like a steaming hot steam, but much milder and more comfortable. However, soon this aura disappeared. At this moment, Lin Chuan felt that the golden tree in Shanghai space was somewhat unusual. Next to the original green fruit, there was actually another one hanging, half of which had already been infected by the green. Energy fruit. Absorbs energy and can accelerate ripening. I see, what just arrived must be the so-called spiritual energy. After awakening, the beast tamer can absorb spiritual energy for cultivation and then elevate the level of the beast tamer. However, Lin Chuan felt it for several nights, but Mao couldn't sense it. He only felt that the air in this world was not so impure and very fresh, that's all. What's going on? Why did the concentration of spiritual energy suddenly drop so much? At this moment, a chubby old man rushed down from the second floor and shouted at an ordinary shop assistant. Su Lao, I'm not sure, a salesperson quickly explained. Lin Chuan naturally wouldn't admit it, as he was a novice beast tamer at the first level. The chubby old man glanced at him and stopped paying attention. Add a few more spirit stones, you can't even afford to pay for the death of one of these royal beast eggs. After instructing the clerk, the chubby old man went up again. This instruction, rather than instructing the store staff, is more like a warning to other animal guards in the store. The speed of spiritual energy decline just now is no less than the absorption speed of the silver level beast master's full cultivation. Obviously, someone wants to play the autumn breeze with him. Silver level, the chubby boss still doesn't pay much attention to it. Business is business, rules are rules. Lin Chuan also secretly warned the golden tree not to be so outrageous. Later, Lin Chuan noticed that this shop was specifically selling royal beast eggs. A dazzling array of royal beast eggs filled the display windows on both sides. Some display windows that cannot be placed are placed at dedicated counters. At this moment, a royal beast egg the size of a pigeon egg caught his attention. What can hatch from such a small royal beast egg? Lin Chuan thought to himself. Hello customer, this is an ant egg captured from a black fire ant nest. There is a certain probability that an ant king with diamond-level growth potential will hatch. A shop assistant saw that Lin Chuan had been staying here for a long time and quickly came over to promote and introduce himself. Although this is the 5th ant egg she has sold this month, it does not hinder her from promoting it time and time again. After all, she didn't lie either. However, probability, in other words, is luck. Not hatching the ant king can only be said to be bad luck. The only thing she concealed was that there were probably hundreds of black fire ant eggs in this batch, and it is estimated that they will not be sold out the year after tomorrow. Can I touch it? Lin Chuan replied. This is okay. However, don't exert too much force. As she spoke, the shop assistant lady opened the glass door of the shop window. Lin Chuan was also polite and tried to touch the ant eggs with his fingers. Although it looks like a pigeon egg, the tactile sensation is bouncing. Royal Beast. Black Fire Ant, unhatched, extraordinary star, skills. Poison Fire Acid LV1, active, spray a poison fire attribute acid to attack enemies, cooldown time of 1 minute. Brain Power LV1, passive, gains 10 times strength enhancement when attacking with the head. Potential. Elite 7 stars, discovering matching skills. Successful rubbings, It seems like something amazing has appeared. Can I probe the properties of this ant egg? This is not scientific, right? Isn't it true that only the beasts who have contracted with them can see their specific attributes? Damn it, how do you feel like your useless identity as a beast tamer is becoming increasingly outrageous? Moreover, the rubbing skills have truly succeeded. After all, the royal beast egg is also considered a royal beast. Lin Chuan's heart turned upside down, but his face remained calm. Calm down and retract your fingers, then walk straight to the next one without saying a word. Guest, what's wrong? Are you dissatisfied with something? Well, I don't think it suits me very well. Lin Chuan didn't say it out loud and used a more universal reason to refuse. Let me take a quick look first. After getting rid of the salesperson's sales, Lin Chuan finally had the opportunity to explore the golden tree of识海. I saw an extra red fruit growing on the golden tree. Skill fruit, brain power. After being consumed by the imperial beast, it can learn corresponding skills. I see, only those with matching attributes can be printed. Perhaps it's related to having only contracted with the black-backed turtle. The skill of poison fire acid is obviously not suitable for Old Black and lacks legal knowledge. When Lin Chuan thought about how Old Black would learn brain power, and then use his head to crazily smash the door, Lin Chuan felt that it was better not to forget to feed in the future, otherwise his family would be in danger. Anyway, the direct rubbing skill is 2BT. So looking at the countless royal beast eggs placed around, Lin Chuan's eyes lit up with green light as he looked like he was picking them. But soon, Lin Chuan calmed down. This matter can be done, but it cannot be rushed or taken too seriously. The wool needs to be pulled up bit by bit, and you can't grab a sheep and pull it up hard. The hard truth is that it flows slowly. Chapter 5. 3 Types of Beast Defense, Damage Rebound. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After sorting out his thoughts, Lin Chuan took the initiative to find the salesperson just now. Hello, do you have water attributes or defensive beast eggs here? Water attribute. Defense. Miss pondered for a few seconds before leading Lin Chuan towards the hall. The water attribute royal beast egg needs to be stored in a specialized culture medium and temporarily stored at the headquarters. If the customer confirms the need, I can apply to the headquarters, but a deposit needs to be paid in advance. Of course, you can know the information about the royal beast egg in advance. As he spoke, he operated on the machine in the hall a few times and retrieved all the water attribute beast egg information from the inventory. The ice python with elite potential, the bone-etching dragon with commanding potential, and the serrated crocodile, even the white spirit deer, which has the potential of being a monarch, is said to have the bloodline of the divine beast White Zay and have the opportunity to be promoted to the royal level. Lin Chuan's eyes became hot as he watched, but he never forgot the fact that he was still a poor person for the time being. These royal beast eggs cost at least 500,000 to 600,000 yuan, and diamond-level ones can even cost tens of millions. He can't even afford to pay a deposit of tens of thousands. Besides, he just wants to collect some wool, and even if he buys it, he can't make a contract. Since the body of the beast egg is not in the store, it has no meaning for Lin Chuan. What about those that focus on defense? Lin Chuan asked. The beasts that focus on defense are mostly of rock or soil properties, which are. Speaking, the shop assistant pointed to a pile of stones in the corner. This differential treatment is too obvious, isn't it? Water properties are nurtured with culture medium, while soil properties are directly stacked on the ground. As if sensing Lin Chuan's doubts, the salesperson quickly explained, "Don't worry, customers. These royal beast eggs are full of vitality and will never have stillbirths. After all, they are earthy, and more contact with the ground is also beneficial, hehe. In fact, there is a more important reason, which is that the potential of these royal beast eggs is not high, at most they only look like elite 8 or 9 stars, and none of them have commanding potential. You can feel it yourself, as long as you don't fall, it's okay." After speaking, the clerk went to entertain other guests. She could see that Lin Chuan's budget was probably not very high, otherwise she wouldn't have considered such a low-potential beast. Moreover, looking at Lin Chuan's student attire, it is likely that he has just awakened and is selecting the first Imperial Beast. As is well known, it is best to choose an attacking and high combat power beast as the first one, so that there is a chance to obtain more resources in the future. Unless there are talents specially trained by a large family or animal control team, few people choose a defensive type for the first animal control. And Lin Chuan obviously doesn't seem like someone with any background. Lin Chuan doesn't care about the salesperson's thoughts, it's better if no one disturbs him. Approaching that pile of stones, I found that many of the royal beast eggs were similar, probably of the same race. I stepped forward and touched them one by one, which was very close to what he had guessed. More than 10 royal beast eggs, only 3 types of royal beasts were detected. Royal Beast. Rock Spirit, Unhatched, Extraordinary 1-star, Skills. Rock Throw LV1, actively, part of the arm falls off and hits the enemy. The rock arm can be regenerated, and the time depends on the size of the fall. Rock Armor LV1, passive, forming rock layers throughout the body to provide a certain level of defense. Potential. Elite 2 stars. This is the one with the largest quantity among them. After reading the attributes, Lin Chuan only had one feeling. Waste. What a waste. What a waste. This kind of beast is really a free gift, and there may not be anyone willing to make a contract. No wonder no one cares. Rock Armor. This skill actually shows that it can be rubbed and matches Old Black. As for rock throwing, it doesn't work, and Lin Chuan expressed dissatisfaction with it. If Old Black learned this trick of amputating and rebirth, wouldn't he be able to eat turtle claw hot pot every day? Ziliu Royal Beast. Swamp Mud Monster, Unhatched, Extraordinary 1-star, Skills. Soft Mud LV1, active, turning a certain range of terrain into muddy form, cooldown time of 5 minutes. Attack Absorption LV1, passive, when attacked by the same type of skill, the effect gradually weakens, with a maximum reduction of 20%. Potential. Elite 8 stars. The attributes of this beast guard are decent, and both skills are quite practical. 1 control, 1 defense. It's just that the potential is too low, and besides, it looks incredibly ugly. Unlike Yanling, both skills can be rubbed this time. However, Lin Chuan is more inclined towards attack absorption. Nowadays, red, skill fruit, and yellow, enhancement fruit, are not enough. If we prioritize them, we will definitely stack a single attribute first. The last type of beast is the most inconspicuous one, almost thrown into the corner to gather dust. Royal Beast. Spike Puppet, Unhatched, Extraordinary 1-star, Skills. Damage Rebound LV1, passive, when subjected to physical attacks, rebounds 10% damage with energy attacks. Potential. Extraordinary 7 stars. Lin Chuan knew at a glance that he had found a treasure. Even, they are too lazy to roast about the attributes of this Imperial Beast egg. Just this skill of rebounding damage is enough for Old Black to learn. Skills like this type of anti-damage are usually only possible to comprehend at the level of Commander or even King, which belongs to the Majesty of the King. Article 666 of the Code of Conduct for Imperial Beasts and Feces Removal Officials. Do not casually pat the buttocks of king-level Imperial Beasts. Before they eat you, you have already been knocked back into meat sauce. And pointed puppets belong to racial talents. Unfortunately, the racial potential is too low, and no one cares about an Imperial Beast with only extraordinary potential. We must get it, immediately. Today's red fruits are used up and cannot be used to print damage rebound. Wait for tomorrow. No, there is only one Spike Puppet Beast egg, and due to the long storage time, there are already signs of hatching after breaking the shell. When I come over tomorrow, this thing has already been cleared from the warehouse. Thinking of this, Lin Chuan decided to buy it. The price of animal eggs like this will not exceed 10,000. Are you sure you want to buy this? When Lin Chuan arrived at the front desk with the black and unadorned royal beast egg, the clerk asked with uncertainty. Even the sound was slightly louder, attracting several customers to watch. Yeah, is there a problem? That's not true, but do you really want to contract such an imperial beast? The salesperson couldn't understand it. After all, he finally woke up and became a beast tamer. Choosing a contract, which has no potential, is like destroying his own future. You should know that once a contract is made with a beast, it cannot be easily abandoned. The first imperial beast is particularly important. No, I'm here to touch porcelain, although this possibility is very unlikely. Don't worry about it, can I buy stewed soup to drink? Lin Chuan didn't want to say much, he just swiped his card for payment. Sure enough, this level of royal beast egg is not expensive, and after discount, it only costs 9,800 yuan. Customer, please confirm once again that our products will not be returned after they have left the cabinet. After seeing Lin Chuan make the payment, the salesperson seemed to kindly remind him. Feeling that she has made a lot of money, like this kind of beast egg that is about to be disposed of, she will receive more commission instead. Lin Chuan waved his hand and left the store directly. You can make a small profit, but I will never lose. Chapter 6. Advanced completion of Old Black, Body Enhancement. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. On the second floor of the store, a pair of beautiful eyes were staring at Lin Chuan, who had just left, with a slight smile on the corner of his mouth. Miss, is that kid having a problem? The chubby old man stood on the side, occasionally adding tea and pouring water for the woman in the elegant seat. He already has traces of a contracted beast, why do he still buy beast eggs? Su Yingtan opened her mouth lightly and asked softly. And, it's also the most useless beast egg. The old man added a sentence. Do you want to, I'll bring him over and ask. The old man said, his breath slightly revealing that he was a golden-level beast tamer. Forget it, it's better to do less than to do more. Maybe he really bought some stew to drink. This is also his freedom, isn't it? After a pause, Su Ying continued, after all, this place is still within the Ring City, and the rules that should be followed still need to be followed. In words, there seems to be something inside, with a hint of warning. Mrs. Lesson is that I have always remembered the rules of the Su family and dare not slack off. The old man was instantly sweating profusely. Although he had been assigned to Zone 81 for several years, his news website was always there. During this period, the Su family conducted strict internal investigations, and the leaders of multiple regions were directly arrested. The most serious one was a golden-level beast tamer in the central urban area, who was killed on the spot due to fierce resistance. These, on the surface, are internal fraud reviews. In fact, it is time for internal power changes and factional struggles within the family. The position of the regional manager of Su's commercial bank in Zone 22 is vacant. You can take over. After all, it's been a long time since you've returned home. After speaking, Su Ying stood up and left. Thank you very much, miss. The chubby old man burst into tears in an instant, unable to bow. Lin Chuan didn't know that his behavior still received some attention. At this moment, he has already taken a taxi back home. He had originally planned to visit several more stores, but his plan couldn't keep up with the changes. The imperial beast egg of the spike puppet looks small, only the size of a football, but it is also quite heavy. There must be 10 kilograms. Lin Chuan couldn't wander around with such a thing, it was too ostentatious. So, let's go home first. Since you already know how to collect wool, there's no rush. As soon as Lin Chuan entered the door, he felt a slight movement in the sea. I'm hungry. A clear idea is conveyed. No need to think, it must be that foodie from Lao He. Without much thought, Lin Chuan summoned Old Black directly. Only a muffled bang was heard, and Lin Chuan felt the whole house shake. What's going on upstairs, day after day? The lower-level neighbors have already started shouting. Lin Chuan swore that he had deliberately controlled it this time. When Lao He came out, he was only about 10 centimeters away from the ground, and he didn't expect such a big commotion. Sleeping trough. What are you eating, Lao He? You're so big. At this moment, the black-backed turtle has completely entered the ranks of extraordinary monsters, the size of a grinding wheel. When the limbs are upright, it is like a round table. Eating fruits. Alas, feeling the message from Lao He, Lin Chuan felt that the extraordinary level of beast intelligence was still worrying. It is necessary to increase the dosage of the medicine. With a movement of thought, a red and green fruit appeared in Lin Chuan's hand at the same time. Subsequently, it was directly fed to Lao He. After finishing the fruit, Lao He stopped shouting and let out a whoosh of nasal breath, appearing extremely enjoyable. At this point, Lin Chuan had time to take a look at the attributes of Lao He. Royal Beast. Black-backed turtle, extraordinary 2 stars, skills. Hardening armor LV2, active, increases physical defense by 20% after activation, lasting for 15 minutes, brain power LV1, passive, gains 10 times strength enhancement when attacking with the head. Potential. Unknown strength evaluation. The turtle is too big to stew in one pot. Old Black has been upgraded to an extraordinary 2nd star, and his talent skill, hardened armor, has been automatically upgraded by 1 level, which is better than nothing. A fruit of energy that can elevate ordinary beasts into extraordinary monsters. But it can only elevate the extraordinary star to 2 stars. It can be imagined that the higher the star level, the more energy is needed for improvement. The skill fruit truly taught the old Black cross race the skills of the black fire ant. In the future, let old Black stack hundreds of layers of armor before the battle, and then do a counterattack. Gaga ruthlessly. Armor belt anti-injury, Nima, is really dirty. If anyone doesn't open their eyes and comes to engage in close combat with old Black, then let the other party try the turtle. Their head is powerful. Suddenly, Lin Chuan felt a strong energy surge from the sea of consciousness, flowing towards his limbs and internal organs, exercising his physical body in all aspects. Surprisingly, it caused a tearing sensation in his muscles. Lin Chuan understands that this is the benefit of contract beasts. The Beast Master nourishes the beasts through their souls, and the beasts feed back their physical strength to the Beast Master. However, in reality, the level of the Beast Tamer is often first raised through cultivation before radiating to the Beast Tamer. In Lin Chuan's place, everything turned the other way around, and instead, the Beast level dragged the Beast Master away. Lin Chuan said that cultivation is impossible, he is only responsible for lying flat. Generally speaking, the enhancement at the black iron level will end soon and there will be no special feeling. However, for Lin Chuan this time, it was a combination of awakening enhancement and rising star enhancement, so the reaction was a bit exaggerated. 5 minutes later, Lin Chuan finally felt that the reinforcement was completely over. The whole person seemed to have just been pulled out of the water, covered in black mud. This is a thorough bone and marrow cleansing. Sure enough, being a beast tamer is not that simple, no wonder it attracts a lot of people. The benefits of strengthening the body and prolonging life, as well as the feeling of being full of strength, are enough to make people addicted to it. Is this the feeling of becoming stronger? No wonder there are so many volume kings. Roll to death, just to become stronger. Perhaps it's just the feeling of enjoying this moment. Lin Chuan was intoxicated for a second before rushing into the bathroom to take a cold shower. As midnight approached, Lin Chuan kept an eye on the fruits on the golden tree and stared at the royal beast eggs on the table. At this moment, the top of this royal beast egg is densely covered with cracks, and the royal beast inside is about to break out of its shell. Under normal circumstances, the Beast Master can start using blood to depict the contract formation, without waiting for the beast young to come out and directly contract. This is the safest and safest. Otherwise, it is difficult to say the success rate of the contract after the cub hatches, and accidents are also prone to occur. Of course, the success rate depends more on the compatibility of talents. If one's talent is not good, no matter how good the beast is, it cannot be contracted. Just in case, Lin Chuan deliberately released Lao He as well. The red fruit is not yet ripe, and the anti-damage skill has not been rubbed, making him uneasy. Lao Heiqiang kept his eyes wide open, wondering if his master was seriously ill and not sleeping yet. 12 o'clock sharp. On the golden tree, 3 red, yellow, and green fruits ripened instantly. Lin Chuan directly pressed his hand on the royal beast egg, rubbed his skills, and completed it in one go. Upon seeing the prompt of successful rubbing, Lin Chuan finally breathed a sigh of relief. Old Black, eat the fruit. Just like during the day, the 2 red and green fruits instantly entered Old Black's mouth. Chapter 7. Strengthening Skills, an Absurd Recipe. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I saw an additional skill called Damage Rebound on Old Black's attribute panel. The level is still 2 stars, but it's not much different from 3 stars. Lin Chuan thought to himself, it's finally over and he can rest now. As for the Imperial Beast Egg of the Spike Puppet, Lin Chuan didn't figure out how to deal with it, so he can't really stew it. At this moment, I don't know if it was Lin Chuan's excessive pressure or if it was time. The Royal Beast Egg on the table shattered directly, and a black ball-like object emerged from the fragments of the eggshell. Then, the thing emitted a piercing strange cry. Ji! Ji! The voice was extremely sharp, and Lin Chuan was the first to bear the brunt, feeling his ears pricked like needles. Grass! Lin Chuan let out a loud roar, intending to find something to beat this thing to death. Ji Mao Qiu was frightened and jumped directly off the table. Coincidentally, Lao He was lying below, savoring the delicious fruit. Old Black! Lin Chuan reminded that something was about to fall onto Old Blackhead. What? The black-backed turtle didn't understand Lin Chuan's meaning, but had to give a response, so he shook his head hard and said he heard it. At this moment, the hair ball fell. I only heard a pop sound, and the fur ball was thrown away like a tennis ball, hitting the wall and becoming a mess. Forget it, it's okay. Lin Chuan walked over to check, and the thing had not completely died yet. The unknown liquid flowing out emitted a pungent smell. Finally, Lin Chuan ended his brief life with a stick. At the moment when this thing died, Lin Chuan seemed to see a hint of black breath rushing towards his sea of consciousness, finally being absorbed by the black fruit. As for the corpse, it can also be absorbed, ripening 1/10 of a yellow strengthening fruit. However, this fruit cannot ripen naturally afterwards, and can only be ripened through the flesh and blood of demon beasts. It can also be considered as making the most of everything. Imperial beasts that have not been contracted are no different from wild monsters and are not allowed to appear in the surrounding city. If it were to escape and cause any panic, Lin Chuan would probably be invited to drink tea. Everything was settled, and in the end, Lin Chuan mopped the floor and fell asleep. As for Lao He, he will stay outside to guard his home. Anyway, Lin Chuan's sea awareness space is not a beast control space, and it cannot accelerate Lao He's cultivation. It's better to let it out for ventilation. There was nothing to say overnight. Bang! Lin Chuan slept until noon until he was awakened by a loud noise. Damn it! Old Black! Are you really a turtle, not a two-ha grass? Hungry. Lin Chuan's premonition unfortunately became a reality. He saw a hole as big as a bowl in the solid wood door, and Old Black's head stretched out from the hole, looking into the room. Even if he advanced from an ordinary beast to a supernatural 2-star monster beast, Old Black's habits still remained unchanged. What to eat for lunch? This is a century-long problem. Especially when it comes to raising a turtle the size of a round table, the difficulty of this question is doubled. Lin Chuan had also memorized the book, Complete Recipes for Turtles and Beasts, before, which gave him a vague impression. I searched online for the most common recipe packages. Turtle shell care set meal, mainly made of fish, monster bone meal. Continuous consumption for 6 months can increase turtle shell defense by 5.15%. Price: 1 million per month. Physical enhancement package. Main ingredients: fresh blood and meat of monsters. Continuous consumption for 6 months can increase body size by 10.3%. Price: 1.5 million per month. I couldn't find a suitable package for myself. Click on Search. Lin Chuan silently closed the pop-up window, lost in thought. The cheapest set meal, over 10,000 meals, or is it for turtles to eat? Take out your phone and check your balance. Well, it's just enough for Old Black to have a meal. So Lin Chuan ordered himself a pork rib rice in his 40s. Then, he ordered Lao He 5 pieces of fried rice with 8 yuan each. While waiting for the takeout, Lin Chuan also fed Old Black the 2 fortified fruits he had accumulated yesterday and today. Choose which skill to strengthen. Let's first fully strengthen the counterattack. Hitting me is equivalent to hitting myself, which is very reasonable. Damage rebound enhancement successful, level +1. Damage rebound enhancement successful, level +1. At this moment, the Old Black panel becomes stronger again. Royal Beast. Black-backed turtle, extraordinary 2 stars, skills. Hardening armor LV2, active, increases physical defense by 20% after activation, lasting for 15 minutes, brain power LV1, passive, gains 10 times strength enhancement when attacking with the head. Damage rebound LV3, passive, when subjected to physical attacks, energy attacks rebound 20% of damage, potential. Unknown strength evaluation. It can serve as a grinding stone for elite-level beasts. The last sentence was automatically ignored by Lin Chuan. Quickly, the takeout was delivered. Old Black looked at the 5 pieces of egg fried rice in front of him. His marbles-like eyes were just a little confused for a while, and then he bowed his head to Cook. It doesn't matter what you eat, just eat enough. Old Black followed Lin Chuan through 3 days of hunger and 9 meals, and he was satisfied with stuttering. If it were other imperial beasts, Gao Gao would betray you directly. The dignity of a beast cannot be defiled. Having eaten and drunk enough, Lin Chuan thought about his next steps. Today, I'm not in a hurry to go to the Royal Beast Egg Store to collect wool. After all, the naturally ripe red fruits of today have already been used up in the early morning, and I can't even print them if I want to. At the end of the day, there are still no resources that a normal beast tamer has. Speaking of which, Lin Chuan is still a black door, and has not registered with the Beast Master Association. This process is usually uniformly registered by each Royal Beast High School for students, just like enrollment. Unfortunately, Lin Chuan never attended the Imperial Beast High School. After all, the standard for attending high school is to awaken before the age of 16. This is embarrassing. Lin Chuan's only identity is a dropout from the Oriental Technical School. When it comes to Dongfang Technical School, people think of chefs, fecal shovelers. But not animal trainers. Can you say that a fecal shovel official who doesn't know how to shake a spoon is not a good beast tamer? Lin Chuan couldn't figure it out, but in the end, he still had to solve it. He felt that if he personally went to the branch of the Beast Master Association in District 81 this afternoon, they would definitely provide a solution. In addition to the free resources distributed by the association every month, it is said that Yusho High School spares no effort in cultivating students and allocates more resources. Unfortunately, Lin Chuan cannot enjoy it. Besides, he's almost 18 years old. If he goes back to high school, he won't be accepted either. 81 District, branch of the Veterinary Master Association. In the hall, there are crowds of people moving in and out, constantly receiving or releasing tasks. Occasionally, one can still see a whole team dragging the limbs of several imperial beasts around the hall, entering the backyard through the side door, apparently completing a hunting mission and coming to submit materials. There are also teams with serious injuries or even team downsizing seeking treatment or recruiting new members. There is a faint smell of blood wafting in the air. Lin Chuan believes that this is the true appearance of the world. Everyone is working hard. Lin Chuan walked around and finally understood the main functions of the association. During this period, some people also noticed him either curious or ill-intentioned. However, no one took the initiative to find him. Perhaps because he is just a rookie with a black iron star. Chapter 8. Beast Master Association, Talent Test. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hello, I want to register as a beast tamer. Lin Chuan found a counter and approached, saying. Okay, please swipe your ID card. D. Subsequently, the machine lit up a red light. Lin Chuan. The counter lady seemed to have encountered this situation for the first time and stayed for a few seconds before turning off the warning. Lin Chuan, this is not the place where you can cause trouble. According to records, your last awakening test 2.5 years ago showed a failure. I just woke up recently. How could that be? Aren't you already 18 years old? 2 months left, thank you. Miss, seeing that Lin Chuan's serious expression did not seem to be fraudulent, she didn't know what to do for a moment. The person who failed to awaken on the Identity Information Network suddenly ran over and said he had become a beast tamer. I haven't received any training in this situation. It's like a person declared dead suddenly coming back to life. Xiaoya, what's going on? At this moment, an old man with white beard and hair, but a spirited spirit, walked slowly with his hands behind his back. President, his awakening failed. And he said his awakening was successful. The little sister clearly felt a bit flustered when she saw the big leader. Amidst all the nonsense, I finally managed to make a sound. Is it almost 18 years old before awakening? In terms of probability, the probability is almost as slim as that of a peerless genius who awakens at the age of 5 or 6, which is a bit interesting. The old man nodded silently, glanced at Lin Chuan again, and smiled, saying, Xiao Lin, I am the person in charge here. Qin Yan, come with me. If it is confirmed to be true, I will register for you. After speaking, he took Lin Chuan to a training room. Although your breath has clearly reached the strength of Black Iron 2-star, I still need you to summon the Imperial Beast to confirm. Lin, don't you mind? It doesn't matter. After speaking, Lin Chuan summoned Old Black directly. The ground is obviously made of a special material, weighing several hundred pounds, and it hits the ground directly without much movement, not even making a loud sound. Defensive. Qin Yan stared at the black-backed turtle, his eyes flickering, without showing any special emotions. The pinnacle of the extraordinary 2 stars is approaching the appearance of 3 stars. Do you think you have just awakened? How long exactly is it? 3. Lin Chuan extended 3 fingers. 3 months. Qin Yan interrupted before Lin Chuan could finish speaking. 3 months, Samsung, at such a speed, it's no less than the B.level talent accelerated growth. Is it difficult? Is this the talent you awakened to? I woke up to Mao's talent. Lin Chuan was unable to roast, but he decided to answer honestly. 3 days, I woke up 3 days ago. These pieces of information can be easily obtained by asking at Lin Chuan's previous school, and there is no need to conceal them. 3 days. 3 stars. Qin Yan stared, his beard torn off a few due to excitement. This information is even more shocking than Lin Chuan's awakening towards the age of 18. Is this talent at the S or even SS level? I haven't heard that the S.level accelerated growth talent can achieve such an exaggerated level of 3 days and 3 stars. Now it's only 2 stars. Lin Chuan was correcting when he noticed that Old Black's head suddenly emitted hot air, like the spout of a kettle. Old Black rolled his eyes and exhaled a few hot breaths. 3 stars. Now it's Samsung. TSK. I have lived for most of my life and have never seen such a strange thing before. It's really strange. Did you give it some treasure before you came? Does 5 bowls of fried rice with eggs count? What? Finally, let's test our talent. I want to see what it is. Speaking, Qin Yan asked Lin Chuan to stand in front of a machine. We're coming. Lin Chuan's heart tightened. Whether he could pass the level or not depends on this. As the machine started, both of them stared closely at the display screen. A minute passed and there was no response on the display screen. It's not like showing no talent or talent level, it's like not activating. Is it broken? I'll give it a try. After speaking, Qin Yan stepped forward and started the test himself. After 3 seconds, the screen gave the result. Talent level S, Rock/Earth. The test results are quite accurate. Qin Yan's talent, when he was still a student decades ago, was also a first-class genius. Of course, even with talent, one cannot sit in the position of branch president. Strength, luck, and means are indispensable. Try again. Lin Chuan followed suit, but still did not respond. Damn it. Qin Yan became angry and stepped forward to pat the machine. Bang bang. Bang bang. The machine broke down directly. Lin Chuan. President Qin, why don't we try a different one? Lin Chuan touched the thin sweat that didn't exist on his forehead, grateful that it didn't hit him. Forget it, you have quite a few quirks on you, kid. Qin Yan stroked his beard again and continued, something's wrong. You can tell me for yourself. What is talent? B.level, accelerating growth. Lin Chuan opened his eyes without blushing or jumping, and said. Damn it, your B.class acceleration is so fast, it's really speeding, right? Qin Yan cursed the boy shamelessly, but said, alright, I'll have someone update your information. After speaking, Qin Yan asked Lin Chuan to wait for a moment before leaving. Is that okay? Lin Chuan remained calm and looked at the pile of fragments of testing machines in front of him, lost in thought. Xiaolin, your identity as a beast tamer has been registered. At the Black Iron level, you can receive 1 Black Iron level spiritual power potion and 1 soul power potion each month. This is for you this month. Speaking, Qin Yan handed the box containing the medicine to Lin Chuan. Thank you, President Qin. Lin Chuan smiled and took the medicine box. Originally, such a small matter definitely didn't require Qin Yan to personally visit again. He must have other things to attend to when he came here. Sure enough, Qin Yan continued, don't be so narrow-minded. Just call me Qin Lao, and I'll call you Lin Chuan directly. That doesn't sound awkward. There's one more thing I need to discuss with you. Qin Lao just said it directly. I know you just dropped out of school. It doesn't matter what kind of technical school you attended. I don't know, Lin Chuan, what are your next plans? I can only take 1 step at a time and watch 1 step at a time. I missed the opportunity to attend the Imperial Beast High School, and I have no knowledge of proper veterinary knowledge. In the future, I won't even have a diploma, so I guess I'll have to just mess around and eat. Lin Chuan sighed and sold miserably. I don't know if President Qin lacks disciples who are qualified to inherit the inheritance. It's a pity to miss the Imperial Beast High School, but most high school students are only at the Black Iron level. Silver level high school students are rare, and on average, 1 out of every district is good. As long as you are willing to work hard, you may not have the opportunity to get into a higher Imperial Beast school. Can I still get into college? I don't even have a student record. Let me just put it bluntly. I have an old friend who has to take over a Royal Beast High School when he's idle. If he doesn't achieve good grades this year, he's likely to have his school qualification revoked. If you're willing, I can let you enter as a transfer student. Do you want to spend money? Lin Chuan asked coldly. Qin Yan's emotions were all disconnected. No money, and I will also privately sponsor some of your resources. Is there such a good thing? Is it a new type of fraud? Qin, you can just say the conditions, I see if it can be achieved. This kid always has an impulse to hit him. What should we do? If what you're saying is true, 3 days of 3 stars is enough talent for me to invest in you. If you wake up 2 years earlier, the top Imperial Beast University in China will allow you to directly enroll without taking the exam. Of course, these are all secondary. I have only one requirement: with half a year left, I will give my all and strive to get a good ranking for the school. Such conditions are not too harsh, are they? It only benefits you without any restrictions. Lin Chuan pondered for a moment, indeed making a steady profit and not losing. No wonder Qin Yan gave himself the green light during the talent test. Okay, I promise. Lin Chuan had no reason to refuse. Okay, for the next 6 months, in addition to the fixed welfare potions, I will also give you 2 extra pills for each type. As for the allocation of resources in the school, it will depend on your own abilities. Please prepare and I will take you there next Monday morning. No problem, thank you very much to Qin Lao. Lin Chuan chuckled. By the way, Qin Lao is your old friend, my future principal, a woman. Epsilon, go. Qin Yan's blush and sent Lin Chuan out directly. Chapter 9. Blue Lawn. Absorbing Agents. 4 stars. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Walking out of the gate of the Beast Master Association, Lin Chuan was in a good mood. Not only white-collar resources, but also the direction ahead has been planned, and it seems like holding on to a thick thigh. Anyway, it's a steady profit and not a loss for oneself. Of course, everything is still based on Lin Chuan's growth rate. If Lin Chuan fails to meet Qin Yan's expectations, although he may not be able to blame Lin Chuan, there may not be much intersection in the future. According to Qin Yan's tone, the educational conditions of that high school should not be too good. However, none of these Lin Chuan matters. He only cares about the admission qualifications of the Imperial Beast University. No matter how bad the Imperial Beast High School is, it is also a high school and the threshold for entering the Imperial Beast University. Entering university, leaning against a big tree for shade will provide more resources to lean towards. Lin Chuan has booked this Imperial Beast University. Or, being admitted to university. After Lin Chuan left, Qin Yan's face was mixed with 3 parts excitement, 3 parts astonishment, 3 parts confusion, and a part shyness. Take out your phone and dial it out. Old Qin. What's going on? The phone went through, and a soft female voice came in. The other person asked directly. Lon, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just. Qin Yan felt a bit nervous for a moment. If it's okay, then hang up first. I'm still busy right now. What are you so busy with, those? Qin Yan was so excited that he almost blurted out his true idea. Old Qin. The other side clearly knew what Qin Yan was going to say and was a bit angry. Okay, I won't say that anymore. I have a good seedling here, and I will take him to your place next week. Let's talk about it if we can survive this year. If it's really a good seedling, we can't spend it on me in vain. If the school is still here next year. The woman's voice softened as she talked about the matter. It's okay, he can catch up with this year's college enrollment, Qin Yan replied nonchalantly. How old is he, what level is he? It's almost 18, Black Iron Samsung. Lao Qin. Are you joking? Cough. Lon, don't get excited. Maybe it's clear on the phone, and you'll know then. After speaking, Qin Yan hung up the phone before the other person could say anything. Damn it, this is Lao Qin's first time hanging up the blue phone, I'm a bit excited. Lin Chuan, please don't drop the chain then. No, I need to investigate again. 3 days, 3 stars, tisk. As for the talent level, it can be detected from SSS level to F level on the machine, and there have been no issues yet. The possibility represented by this undetectable situation is beyond Qin Yan's imagination. We will discuss future matters later. The problem with the machine has nothing to do with me, old Qin. Anyway, there is no evidence to support it. Broken instrument fragments. 6. This old Qin. On the other end of the phone, Lon looked at the phone that had been hung up, a bit stunned. Her silver-gray hair indicates that she is not young either. However, the face doesn't look very old-fashioned, elegant and composed. Lao Qin couldn't have been deceived, could he? What new type of scam could trick a Diamond 7-star powerhouse? In recent years, there have been occasional students with good talents who have just emerged and are often poached by other schools, resulting in poorer teaching results and declining performance year by year. It has been 10 years now, and no students have entered the top 50 of District 81 in the enrollment exam. The top 50 in the district is only the threshold for entering key universities. Under the vicious cycle, many people in District 81 only know about number 1 middle school and number 2 middle school, but they are unaware of the existence of number 3 middle school. Even number 3 high school, 20 years ago, was already the top-ranked Beast High School in District 81. Nowadays, the students in number 3 middle school are less than 1/3 of those in number 1 middle school and number 2 middle school, not to mention their talents, they are all leftover crooked melons and cracked dates picked by others. As for resource allocation, it was even reduced to only 1/5, which she fought hard to achieve. At this thought, a hint of pain flashed on Lon Lan's face. I promised him to protect this school. Is it really going to disappear in my hands? Thinking of her sword-like figure, Lon Lan's eyes became firm again. No, there is still hope. There must be hope this year. As soon as Lin Chuan returned home, he eagerly opened the medicine box and carefully observed the 2 medicines inside. One is a light blue spiritual potion, and the other is a light red spiritual potion, both marked as black iron level, and can be consumed directly. However, spiritual potions are intended for beasts to drink, and drinking them is of no use to humans. Soul power potions are meant for beast tamers to drink, and are also effective for certain special beast tamers. I want to drink. Old Black's thoughts kept coming in. Lin Chuan ignored it directly. Such a good thing, how wasteful it is to drink it. The publicly quoted price is more than 10,000 yuan, and the black market is even more expensive. Suppressing the impulse to sell, Lin Chuan tried to communicate with the golden tree whether they could absorb it. Lin Chuan had already figured it out, no matter what resource or medicine it was, it probably wouldn't work with its own special fruit. Only by transforming into fruits can we maximize resource utilization. I saw 2 bottles of medicine disappear instantly. Sure enough. Subsequently, in the mind space, on the golden tree, 2 green fruits are gradually maturing, and one of them is already half ripe, which is the one that was previously ripened by absorbing spiritual energy in the store. In addition, there is also a red fruit that has matured. It seems that a bottle of black iron level spiritual potion is equivalent to a semi-green fruit. A bottle of black iron level soul power potion is equivalent to a red fruit. Moreover, this soul power potion is probably made from monster crystal cores. Without hesitation, 2 green fruits were fed to Old Black in the mind space. Lao He stopped shouting and slept contentedly with his eyes closed. Lin Chuan explored and found that it was 4 stars. The biggest change, apart from the upgrade of hardened armor to LV4, is the body shape of Old Black. I have grown up again, like eating pig feed, with a loud roar. Lao He, control it. If it continues to grow, I can't even fit in my room anymore. While roast, Lin Chuan pondered what skills he would like to use to print black. However, after thinking for a few seconds, he was too lazy to think. Mind him, just learn whatever you encounter. He didn't know what skills were suitable for Old Black, but what he valued was a chance encounter. Moreover, even if he knows which ones are suitable, he will not have the opportunity to get in touch with them temporarily. After much thought, the wool from the Harvest Beast egg shop is the most suitable. Those who engage in prostitution for free are the most fragrant. Lin Chuan has decided to start tomorrow and spend the next few days browsing several Imperial Beast shops, striving to print more useful skills. After all, I will be going to Yusho High School next Monday and I estimate it will take some time to come back. U-Beast High School, everyone has U-Beast, and each U-Beast has skills. How much wool should it be? Gaga gaga. Chapter 10. I am not your illegitimate child, am I? You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next day, early in the morning, Lin Chuan headed straight to the Last Su's Royal Beast shop. Without the guidance of the shopping guide, I headed straight to the corner of Last Time and rubbed down the passive skills of the Rock Spirit and Swamp Mud Monster. They are Rock Armor and Attack Absorption. As for the active skill of the Swamp Mud Monster, Soft Mud Technique, Lin Chuan decided to release it first. Guessed, are you? Coincidentally, it's the little sister from Last Time. It's okay, I'll leave first. After speaking, Lin Chuan left directly, and he was still busy going to the next store to visit. No, he was just choosing to buy Royal Beast eggs. Although he didn't intend to buy, there was no rule that he couldn't choose without buying. Miss, when she saw that Lin Chuan had really left, she breathed a sigh of relief. As long as she didn't come to return the item, it would be great. Over the next 4 days, Lin Chuan spent a lot of time browsing around the nearby Imperial Beast shops. It's too far, so I just gave up. It has been proven that there are far fewer skills to match Old Black than Lin Chuan had anticipated. First of all, let's not mention those with incompatible attributes, such as fire, thunder, and so on. Secondly, some skills that Lin Chuan prefers cannot be learned by Lao He. For example, the Water Elf's Water Swordsmanship, which uses a hydration sword and then wields it to strike people, is so cool and enjoyable. For example, the elemental clone of Water Element. As a result, Lao Hailing was unable to match and print. Don't ask, asking means you don't have the ability. Old Black, whose turtle wielded a sword to chop people. Looking at his claws, Old Black fell into a deep confusion. In the end, Lin Chuan could only compromise and choose some defensive skills to learn first. There are also many defensive types that are repetitive. Among them, there is a skill that is quite appealing, which is the ability to stretch and retract freely, which was rubbed from a water slime. This is also the only skill that is not printed from the Royal Beast egg, but from the Royal Beast. There's no way, this water slime is kept by the shop as an air humidifier. Curious, Lin Chuan touched it and his eyes immediately became straight. Direct rubbing without hesitation. In addition to the skill fruit, the daily energy fruit and strengthening fruit are also directly fed as soon as they mature. For energy fruits helped Old Black rise from 4 stars to 5 stars. Nowadays, the Old Black panels can be considered luxurious. Royal Beast. Black-backed turtle, extraordinary 5 stars, skills. Hardening armor LV5, active, increases physical defense by 30% after activation, lasting for 20 minutes, damage rebound LV7, passive, when subjected to physical attacks, energy attacks rebound 40% of damage, flexible and flexible LV1, active, can freely increase or decrease body size, upper limit of 50%. Brain power LV1, passive, gains 10 times strength enhancement when attacking with the head. Rock Armor LV1, passive, forming rock layers throughout the body to provide a certain level of defense. Attack Absorption LV1, passive, when attacked by the same type of skill, the effect gradually weakens, with a maximum reduction of 20%. Fire Element Resists LV1, passive, reduces fire attribute damage by 10%. Gold Element Resists LV1, passive, reduces metal damage by 10%. Potential. Unknown Strength Assessment. Did you eat Jean Cola? A meal can withstand 2. On Monday morning, Lin Chuan was still asleep. Vaguely, Lin Chuan felt like he was being stared at by a gaze. This feeling is magical. Even when you close your eyes, you can feel others looking at you. Damn it. Lin Chuan stood up and was immediately startled to wake up. Rubbing my eyes, I found that there was no one in the room. Bang bang bang, someone is knocking on the window glass. Here, it seems to be the 8th floor. Lin Chuan turned his head and saw a huge bird's head, which was an eagle's head. A person was sitting on the back of an eagle, smiling and staring at themselves. Lie down. Lin Chuan quickly covered himself. Qin Lao, what are you doing? Do you still have this hobby? Lin Chuan is speechless. Qin Yen is even more speechless. Who has the time to sneak a peek at you? Last time we made an appointment, did you forget? No, but I didn't specify a specific point. Now, hurry up and wash up. We can still make it to lunch when we leave now. Qin Yen looked at Lin Chuan with a smile on his face. Boy, thanks to my old Qin, I've been investigating secretly these days. Now that I see Lin Chuan's level, Black Iron 5 stars, and this speed, I still need to investigate the chicken feathers. I won't go straight to silver next month, will I? Turtle, you can't even catch up with it even if you eat gold. If you don't send him to the 3rd royal beast, he can use special moves. Release some news casually, an 18-year-old silver grade, probably many universities are eager to get it. That is to say, Lao Qin, I was lucky and found a leak. Lin Chuan washed himself briefly before being grabbed by Qin Yen on the back of an eagle. Being a person of 2 generations, this novel experience is still the first time. The eagle's back is very wide, much larger than the area of the Lin Chuan bed, enough for 2 people to sit cross-legged. The wings are spread out, at least about 10 meters. As the giant eagle took off and accelerated, the buildings below gradually became smaller. The giant shadow flies very smoothly and comes with an energy windproof hood, so you don't have to worry about falling. With the contact between Lin Chuan and giant eagle, their attributes also showed. Royal Beast. Giant Rock Eagle King, Monarch 3 stars, skills. Wind Blade LV9, active. Rock Burst LV9, active. Deterrence, passive. Exclusive to the King of Race, potential. Monarch 3 stars crouching slot, is this diamond level strength? Lin Chuan felt that if the eagle blew a breath, it would be gone. I originally thought that Old Black's attributes looked decent, but compared to this Eagle King, he's nothing. However, Lin Chuan is not too discouraged, after all, he has just started. Qin Yen saw Lin Chuan in a daze and felt secretly proud. He deliberately manipulated this, not only to rush the time, but more importantly, to show some strength. Through previous contact, Qin Yen could feel that this kid had a nonchalant attitude towards everything, lacking a lot of reverence. This time, even if it's a tie, we must firmly tie this kid to graduate from 3rd middle school. Lin Chuan, what are you thinking? What do you want for lunch? What? No, I didn't bring anything, was it too hasty? It's okay, the school will prepare it for free. If you need anything, you can buy it yourself. I'll put 100,000 yuan into your card every month, which is enough. Also, if your star rating is high and your spiritual energy concentration is not enough, you can try using spiritual stones for cultivation. I'll give you an additional 2 basic spiritual stones per month. Thank you, boss. What else can Lin Chuan say? This is just a blanket. Pooh, was he kicked out by sponsorship? How refreshing. Also, if you have any questions about cultivation, you can also ask me. Qin Lao, I won't be your illegitimate child, will I? The kind that can inherit the inheritance. Get lost. Qin Yen is not aimless, he just wants to increase his chips. Don't let others take something and dig it away, then he really has no place to cry. Doing these is nothing more than getting vaccinated in advance, so that this kid can consider other options in the future.